Welcome to the All Out As Is podcast. I am your host, Adia, and Brene Brown once said, "One day you'll tell your story of how you overcame what you went through, and it will be someone else's survival guide." These are my stories, my lessons learned, my experiences. Through this podcast, you will find grace for your past, purpose and alignment for your future, and contentment in this moment as you live all out your way, just as you are. If you aren't already following me on social media, please check out Adia Dance on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and adiadance.com.
Welcome to the All Out As Is podcast. I am your guest host, Ashley Jackson, and I'm so excited to be bringing you the host of the podcast, Adia. She's with us today, and we are going to talk about how this podcast got started and where it's going. Welcome, Adia.
Thank you. I'm excited.
You're so cute. I know you're so excited, right? There's so much magic when you start a podcast and you decide to put your voice out there. Things change a lot. Is that something you've experienced?
Yeah, I feel like the majority of my life, I've been someone who breathes inspiration into other people's lives. And for a while, for about 4 or 5 years now, I've been pretty quiet as I was going through my own journey with some trials and stuff. And I feel like it's about that time to start talking again and be the person that I really feel kind of called to be.
Well, that's exciting. So you say you've been quiet, but I haven't seen you be very quiet. Like you're like the loudest dancing lady I know. So
Well,
I'm kind of
yeah.
confused, but I will take your word for it. And I do believe you. And so, but tell me, so you are a dancer, right? Like I know you as this really loud, really, you welcome people into the dance community and you make them feel great. So tell me what you do right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what I do is exactly that. It is create dance opportunities for people to explore movement, but more than anything, kind of use dance as a therapy to just feel better in the day and over the course of time. So I teach and I create events and I do music festivals and all sorts of stuff to just create experiences for people in the dance community.
I love this. And your next one that's coming up is
My big event coming up is called the Edge Dance Event, and it's in Temecula, California. And at the time of this podcast, we're January 2023, and so it's in March 10th through 12th, 2023.
awesome. And so if you're listening to this or you're watching this somehow, I'll put all of the information below to that. And so you can find it. It'll be super easy. So that's your next event. And so it's mainly through country dance, right?
Yeah, country dance is the main style or the main genre of music or style, I should say. It wasn't, the Edge was not intended to be that way from the beginning. It was meant to kind of cross a lot more genres of dance. But we landed a place we landed a location, which is a 26, I think, acre working horse ranch. And it's just so stinking cool. And it just bleeds country. So the Edge is definitely a country event overall. Although we do other styles such as West Coast swing and Brazilian zouk. Overall, the overall arching theme is country.
Okay, amazing. So when you dance, like how did you get into dancing?
Well, I've always loved dancing. Growing up, my favorite movie was Dirty Dancing. And I just wanted to be them. I wanted to do the choreography and the lifts and the partner dancing and all that stuff. So throughout my life, I feel like dance has showed up here and there. I was a cheerleader in high school. There was dancing involved. I did Zumba, which, is a Latin form of dance exercise. And I fell in love with country music around 2016, just listening while driving up the Pacific Coast Highway in California. And I was like, there's got to be some sort of dance that goes with this because this music is so awesome. And that was when I
What
was
song do
first.
you remember specifically, like what song it was that you were?
Yeah, it was Blue Tacoma was one of them, but then also Wanted by Hunter Hayes, actually. That was the
Okay.
song
Who
that,
sings Blue?
oh man, I'd have to look it up because I should know
Okay.
it easily.
No,
But
that's okay.
yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. We'll have to look it up. So Hunter Hayes and Blue Tacoma, and you were like,
Yeah.
hey, Somebody needs to make a dance to this.
Like there's got to be a dance style. There's got to be something people do to this. And so 2017, I was introduced to my first like country bar. And I was like, no way, this is my dream. I have wanted this my entire life. It was like Dirty Dancing, but in the country scene. So people out there doing choreography and there was partner dancing. And I was just like in a little bit of heaven. I really felt like I had found the thing I'd been looking for like all my life.
Aw, I love this story because I relate to this so much. And I have to tell you, I started country dancing when I ballroom danced in high school
Okay.
later on in life, but I felt like I was in Dirty Dancing. That's so weird. I've never heard someone say that. But it's,
Really?
yeah, I just wondered, do you teach it through a YouTube channel right now? So your love of dance has evolved into this teaching, right?
Yes. So I began teaching in 2019 and it was for kind of selfish reasons. Well, there was two reasons I started teaching. Number one, because I wanted more guys to dance with. I could tell that at least in California, there was a shortage of guys like getting out there. And I'm like, I just want more people to dance with. So I found someone that would co-teach with me who knew what they were doing and started to teach that way. And then I started teaching line dancing because I went to an event called the Vegas Dance Explosion, which was the event that really kind of catapulted everything into what it is right now because I was insanely inspired by the different genres and styles of dance that was at the event. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, like my friends in all the bars, they need to know about this. They need to be able to come to this event. But Vegas Dance Explosion is a 6-day event. So it is literally the entire week, and you're dancing from 9 a.m. Classes are from 9 a.m. to like 6 p.m. and then social dancing afterward. And I thought, this is going to be a hard sell. Like for anyone who's kind of more of a casual dancer, I felt like it was going to be a little bit of a hard sell to go from like going to the bar to a 6-day dance event. So I wanted to create a bridge event that would, in essence, bridge the gap between the bar and what happens in the convention world. And that's where the Edge was birthed. So that's where that was birthed from. So that's when those are all like the beginning of my teachings, or my the starting point of me starting to teach country dancing. But I just wanted more people to be able to dance and experience like all that it had to offer. And especially for myself, being a non like technical dancer, I wasn't trained in a studio. This is still an outlet that I can like live fully in and have like the utmost enjoyment and pleasure at the level that I'm at. And I believe that for everyone, wherever they're at.
Yeah, that's what's most inspiring about you. I met Adia, and you say your name, by the way, Adia, like quesadilla, because
Adia,
some
like,
people wonder what's going on.
yes,
And all of her social media handles are Adia Dance.
yes.
Adia Dance, Adia Dance. It's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, these things. But I met Adia when I had a cowboy boot store in Denver. She came to my cowboy boot store and we got to know each other, and it was so fun. And I saw the girls around Adia something that I've wanted my whole life, right? Which is to be loved and accepted and having fun and actually feel like you get to be all of who you are. And that was really interesting to me. There were girls that from all different places, all different walks of life, all different things were going on. And it somehow you brought them all together and they were all there to dance. And that made me feel like, okay, there's a bigger mission here. And so I think that's probably why you're doing the podcast, right? You want to share people that there's a bigger mission involved in dance. And so what would that be, do you think, that bigger mission? So I'm just going to ask you again, and then we'll cut to the thing. So you have a bigger purpose and a bigger mission for the dance scene. What is that mission and what is that purpose?
You know what? The biggest purpose that I would have, like coming from Adia Dance, is literally to just help people to be involved in a community and a space where they feel accepted as they are, where they're able to get to know themselves more, like as a dancer, but in life as they are, versus trying to acclimate to whatever else is going around, or whatever, whoever else has a style or this, that, or the other. Like it's less about dance and it's more about what dance can do through them and what the opportunity of just learning and growing and being surrounded by like-minded people, and then people who are completely not like-minded. That's one of my favorite things about the dance community. You can be different religious affiliations, political affiliations, different walks of life, different parts of your journey, yet here you're accepted, you're loved, and just the way you are, like as is. So that's really more my bigger mission and purpose, and it's what I naturally do, I think, and also what I try to do.
And have you always been that way?
I would say looking back, I've probably always been that way. I don't know if I would have been able to define it like that
Oh,
before, but
what helped you define it?
I think I constantly get text or feedback about the impact that my class or my event had on people's lives. And I'm like, really? I'm just like creating a space for you to dance. But I will get people telling me like how it was their first time on the dance floor after being sober for a certain amount of months, and how afraid they were to get back out there and try something that they once loved or reignite a passion. Or I have a friend, now friend, who was at the shooting that happened at the Borderline Saloon in California, and it was his first time like back into any dance scene, and he came to my event, and that was like his intro, and he really was nervous, didn't know what to expect, and like left it reignited and passionate about this source of expression again. And so I believe from just basically like hearing it over and over and over, I'm like, okay, it's kind of undeniable that what I'm doing does have some sort of purpose.
Well, I believe it
Not
has
just
a
it.
huge purpose, and I'm so excited to get to know more about you. We're going to go ahead and let this be the first episode of people getting to know you, because we want to leave them wondering and wanting more, right? So
Yeah.
if you want to catch up with Adia, go to Adia Dance. Is adiadance.com?
Adiadance.com. Yep.
Okay, adiadance.com, and it's Adia Dance on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all these things. Find her, learn about her. If you want to get into dance, this is your sign that it's time. So
It's
go find Adia, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Adia.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. Come soak up the extra inspiration on my Instagram by following Adia Dance or visiting my website, adiadance.com. And while you're at it, make sure you check out theedgedanceevent.com, coming to you this March 10th through 12th, 2023 in Temecula, California. Visit theedgedanceevent.com. I appreciate you and all your uniqueness and can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go live all out your way as is.